it's starting to get to the point of the season where I think I need to actually warm up my car before I get into it because whew, it's even warmer than yesterday. It's 39 degrees right now, yet I feel it's colder for some reason. I'm wearing long sleeve everything. I'm wearing black clothing, pants and top too. And yet it is just freezing right now. And again, it's another beautiful day. It's just really, really cold. Whew. But without further ado, it is now Friday, November 17th, 2023. And today on the agenda is back. And you might be thinking, actually, you might not even be thinking. I remember John said that. He's like, Andy, you always say you might be thinking, and then I say something that's completely irrelevant and doesn't correlate to what the average person is actually thinking about. But what I'm thinking, actually, instead of say you might be thinking, what I'm thinking about right now is, it's a little bit funny. I'm doing back again today because last Friday I did back as well. And how you might be thinking, oh, how do you remember that? Well, first of all, I make these YouTube videos, so I can just look back and see what days and what I did it on what those days, right? And I just stumbled all those words right there. But I made it through though. But I am laughing at the fact that I am once again, since it is Friday. Fridays are when I work out with Slink. Don't forget the GE at the name, Slink-a-G. And you might be also thinking, even though you probably aren't thinking, it's what I'm thinking. What am I thinking? I'm giggling because since I only work out with Slink once a week, on Friday specifically, I try my best at times, it doesn't always work out, where I try to do a different day of exercise when I do see him on Fridays, right? But due to a little bit of lackluster planning and preparation on my end this week, and a little bit unexpected increased amount of rest days that I took this past week, it seems we are doing back round 2 once again. But I'm gonna think now, what if we make it better this time, That being said, not last week's back day wasn't bad or anything, but it's always with the mindset of things could always be a little bit better. The sun is shining. I hope the gym is empty. I'm feeling pretty rejuvenated right now. I even postponed our little workout session because I wanted a little bit extra sleep, because I thought, what if that extra little bit of sleep provides the extra amount of strength and battery charge that I need to get an extra stimulating workout. I think it's all lining up right now. I think things are pointing in the right direction. One thing I gotta remember is, okay, I did read somewhere that apparently if, you work out earlier in the day, there is going to be one sort of mental downfall. Well, it's not an actual huge done study where they have everything pointing to one answer directly, but there have been some correlations I've seen in some research saying that, especially with very strenuous exercise, which I don't know if I consider my own lifting to be very strenuous. I try to push it as hard as I can, but also make sure I don't get hurt in the process. But there's also been some studies saying that, especially once you get a little bit older, there could be some brain fog associated after, a couple hours, or maybe even for the remainder of the day, for when you do very strenuous exercises. And again, I'm not saying I have that, but I'm going to make it a thing. I'm going to mark it here, November 17th, Friday, 2023, that I'm going to make a better effort to remember things. And the thing is, could that just be, actively thinking a little bit more actively to make sure that I remember the things I want to remember? Maybe. Or I think I'm going to make it a better habit to just write things down, or just make a physical, some sort of evidence that I can keep up. And I already kind of do that with some things, for example, since I had a hard time remembering, sets, weights, reps that I did for the gym, I started writing it down. But I think I'm going to start doing that for other things too. And I think today's going to be the starting point for me for that. Because one thing I'm a little bit ashamed about is there was something yesterday where I wanted to, if I'm being a little bit more specific, I wanted to send somebody a photo. And then I made a mental note saying, I'm going to send this person a photo when I wake up. And I forgot what that photo was supposed to be. Was it supposed to be of a food? Was it supposed to be something? And the thing too is there's a slight chance that I'll remember it later on in the day when, for some reason, my brain starts associating just random patterns, and then it just fits together, and then I go, oh, that's what I wanted to send. And I'm hoping that happens, but by the off chance that it doesn't happen either, I'm going to be a little bit sad, because it's just, yesterday, yet I can't remember what it is, and it kind of makes me ashamed a little bit, where I'm just like, I hope that person doesn't take it the wrong way, where I can't even remember one minor thing that I wanted to do on my own end, and then it have to be like the thing where I'm like, hey, do you remember what I was actually trying to do? Again, it's like, that being said, I might have already done that, but that's not the outcome I want to do. I want to make sure that, like, on my end, I'm able to show that I put in the effort, the time, the energy to make sure that I remember what I specifically wanted to do. Because again, if it's something I wanted to do, I shouldn't put that pressure on somebody else to help me remember about it. I should be putting in the extra effort on my end to make sure I remember. So if there's anything that I want to make like a brief reminder of now, I think I'm just going to jot it down, maybe write it down on my phone notes or something like that, because I'm going to be honest, I'm a bit ashamed. Like, it's not like I'm going to shame myself for having, a worse memory than other people, but it almost makes me seem like I don't care. And that's not the case. I care. I do care a lot. And I cared enough to the point where I woke up and I remember, like, I had to send a picture, but what was it? But it also kind of makes me word it a little bit too. Like, if this becomes a common occurrence and I keep forgetting about things, does that mean there's some other, like, mental thing that I should be taking care of? Is my brain not working at its full capacity because I'm not giving it the proper, nutrients and rest that it needs at the moment? I don't know, but it's just another small minor thing where I'm like, even just a small, or I guess it's not a small, memory is a pretty big thing, but even just a thing that I guess doesn't really relate to the old fitness aspect of memory, I want to get better at. And again, I'm not just going to the gym. I'm not just making these videos just so it's all fitness oriented, right? This is literally in a way that I want to document, and I want to, see the journey of my own self-progression and improvement, because I want to be able to say that each time I post one of these videos, that I push myself to be better than the version before that. If November 16th Andy was a certain save file, I want to make sure that November 17th version of me is at least a little bit better to some extent. And if I can't look back and say, like, I'm better than November 16th Andy, I have to start thinking, what could I do to be better on November 17th Andy today? Again, could that be a little bit of a toxic mindset? Maybe. And I'm going to make sure that I also control that very well too, that I don't always have this drive for utter perfection, just perfection, and then that I have to strive to be flawless. It's just, I like having the idea that whatever I do, I can say I made an improvement on the next day, or the day, what? You know what I'm trying to say right now. I think, what was it? There's this one fitness YouTuber that has like a very funny voice, and I think his name is Greg Doucette. He kind of has like a very like high-pitched voice, and I know I shouldn't make fun of people's voices, but just the way he says, he's like, my name is Greg Doucette, and I'm gonna be showing you why this guy's not natty. Or actually, that's a really bad impersonation of him. His voice is a lot more iconic than that. I'll give him credit for that. Honestly, there are times where, like, there are voices where I think they're really annoying when I first hear them, but after a while, once I get used to them, I'm like, you know what? That is an iconic voice. That is a very distinguishable voice, and I'm going to give Greg Doucette that benefit, because I can definitely recognize when old Mr. Doucette is speaking in a video, because his voice definitely sticks out a little bit. But the reason I even bring up, I think his, like, supplement company, or, like, his, like, slogan that he always uses is harder than last time. I think that's what it's called. But again, it's like that same mentality where it's just like, I can't strive for perfection, right? But just to even make small progress, to chisel away at my improvements. I guess chisel away at my improvements kind of sound weird, because it makes it sound like I'm chiseling them away. But again, you know what I'm trying to imply. I just want to sound cool and philosophical. Am I making it the right execution though? Probably not. But in my mind, it worked out a little bit better, so I'm going to make you guys suffer through it as well, and listening to these terrible analogies. But yeah, I think my goal for today is to hit the back, C-Slink, remember that photo that I wanted to send. And if I don't remember, I want to make sure that today is a monumental point where I make the decision to become a better rememberer. I'm going to become Andy Rue Remembers. Andy Remember Kim. These are not sounding very good at all, so I'm going to stop on that. But memories are precious things, and like, Alzheimer's and dementia. Well, there's a dog in front of me. the perils of seeing a dog and immediately being distracted. And the reason I got distracted too is like, there's like a certain, I don't know what dog breed it is, but like some dogs, like on their head, like they look like they have eyebrows. Like this is a black dog, but it has two brown like dots right here, so it looks like it has like two dots for eyebrows. And I don't know what it is. It just looks so funny, but in like a good way. If like not funny in like a haha look at you, you're so funny looking kind of. It's just like, wow, that is adorable. I want to see that dog more. I want to look at that dog a little bit more now. Actually, I want to see how silly this dog can get. But yeah, I know I just went on a rant about a funny dog I just saw, but I want to remember things better. I want to cherish memories more. I want to make sure that the people that give me these memories also know that I cherish them. Because that's another thing too. Like, you ever do something for somebody and then they remember it and then you feel a lot better because they remembered it? It's like the same thing as that. If I can't do that for others, while I get to enjoy that from other people, I feel like that's not fair. And I know not everything in the world has to be a 50-50 distributional, transactional split where I give and take at the same time. But, you know, if I love people, I want to make sure that they're acknowledged for it. I want them to know that they are loved by me. And what's so wrong with that, right? What is so wrong with making sure the people that I care about feel loved? There's a lot of seagulls on the top of the gym sign, and that scares me a little bit, to be honest, because I don't want to get pooped on. So let's hope that when you see me in my first working set of probably assisted pull-ups, I'm not covered in seagull poop. Okay, I'm gonna see if straps do something again. Because I just don't like it. It's like rubber grips. It just feels, like a rubber. Yeah, it just doesn't make Coca. Yeah, this isn't working. We going strapless once again. I just want to make sure you're working for you.
Yeah, this is the final thing. I appreciate it. With cardio time and doing our pre-workout. Appreciate it. Anything on your squat?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got like two. Yeah, he's on the team. You got like two. It's me and him. It's me and him and then whoever else all the time. I heard you had one. Oh, no, yeah. We're going to see someone else. Oh, okay. He's like, oh, like, really? Yeah. He's actually on a different team. Oh, he's on a
I'm wondering, what if the weights gets heavy enough when I let go, I just fly off? I'm this time. I accidentally recorded. Look, I'm still recording on accident. Abomination looks like.
You're a friend in mine, the alternative beefy backs. Yep.
Back and oh wow, why was I so loud right there? My bad. My apologies. Actually, just funny. I'm apologizing to myself to some extent because I gotta listen back to this video later. And that's another thing too. It's like, I'm gonna stop saying you might be wondering, because it's I might be wondering. Why am I making these videos? It's for myself. I watch all my videos, and as egotistical and prideful as that sounds, that is the honest answer. I make these videos so that I can look back, check my form, see what I did, read and listen to what my thoughts were that day, and hopefully I learn and reflect and I improve, so that, you know, today's video will be the video I watch tomorrow, and then I start checking in where I go, did I do what I wanted to achieve that day? Did I do what, you know, what I wanted to improve on? The answer is not always going to be yes to, and that's one thing I'm always going to be, you know, accepting of, is that I'm not going to, you know, sometimes I'm not going to make a drastic change within the matter of a couple hours, a couple days, or even just one day in general. And I need to accept that. Why? Because, you know, that's life. Life is not always going to be perfect. I'm not going to have the picture perfect, beautiful improvement that everybody dreams of. Sometimes you make progress. Sometimes you actually lose progress. And it's what we learn how to... Oh my God, look at those cute dogs. I feel like I'm extremely distracted by dogs whenever I'm on these little car talk videos, but just to scoot back a little bit. Now, there's a part of me where I'm thinking, again, I mentioned it early on the drive over. I said, I want to have a better memory, which is kind of like a funny thing to say, just simply say, I want a better memory. But if I can't have a better memory, I want to remember things better, which means I could do small things of just jotting stuff down. And I kind of thank myself, you know, recording and making these videos, because now I can remember the workouts that I had. But, you know, life isn't just about working out, and I want to make sure that I, you know, remember and cherish things, you know, of everything that happens in my life. Working out is indeed one of them, and, you know, I'm going to look fondly back on November 17th, Friday, back workout with my friend. I almost said, I think the reason I did that accentuation, if I want to call it that, is I tried to, like, combining fellas, friends, and pals, so I just said friends. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just have a weird lisp. Who knows? Who knows, actually? But I just realized I forgot to record my set of rear delts. I just realized that, actually. I think I was just having too much fun, just goofing around, and, you know, still getting my work in, though. And that's the thing. It is okay to have fun and goof around at the gym, as long as you're still getting work done. And I still think that should be applicable to a lot of things in life. Like, I feel like there's this entire notion that, like, sometimes you're not allowed to have fun. You're not allowed to have a whimsical moment when, you know, you're putting in stuff that requires the grind set, right? And even in like stuff like careers, like, I know you don't necessarily have to find a job or a career path that you necessarily find, you know, immense joy in, because sometimes it is sometimes just for a paycheck, right? But what's wrong with finding the little bit of joys of life, having a little bit of fun along the way, right? What's wrong with having a smile? I sound like the Joker right now in a way. Is this my Joker arc where I go, what does he say in the movies? Let's put a smile on. Actually, why do I not remember any Joker lines? The only thing I can really remember is the why so serious. And then when, like, every Joker actor does, like, their interpretation of the Joker laugh, and mine's just going, ah. I don't know why I'm being so cringe right now, but that's another thing. That's one thing too. Like, I used to be ashamed of the person I was. I go, oh, why am I so awkward? Why am I so cringy? Why can I not make eye contact? Why can I not talk to people properly? And did I improve on all of those aspects? Not necessarily. I'm still incredibly awkward. And you might be thinking, oh, if you're incredibly awkward, why do you talk so much? Well, that's literally the explanation. Since I'm so awkward with talking to other people, I have to talk to myself, and sometimes in a video format, so that I can get all the things that I actually out of my mind out. And that's why I always cherish it so much when I actually find people that I can actually talk to in a way, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm awkward, I'm weird, I'm cringy. I say weird things and I get weird reactions. But when I finally find that right audience that, you know, accepts me for who I am and accepts me for, you know, all the weird, silly things I say, it truly feels right. It feels like home. Like, it feels like I don't have to put on a fake mask anymore. And you might be thinking, Andy, stop talking. Just talk about the gym. I don't care about your self-improvement guru lifestyle, but it's even at the gym. Like, when I first started lifting in old, I know I keep bringing it up, in old January of 2023, I was terrified of the gym. Like, it's not like I'd never been to a gym before. When I was a kid, I would go, but the mentality back then was I was there to just goof around. I think I would, like, be on the running machine for like 30 minutes, get bored, go to the basketball court, whiff 4 air balls in a row, and then black out, and then all of a sudden I ride back home. I don't really remember what I would do at the gym when I was younger, because I have memories of being there, but I don't have any memories of actually doing anything. Now I can clearly remember things I did. Well, obviously, since I make, a video format of it, but even like yesterday, I think, yeah, I went into the gym and then I did chest. And instead of doing bar-related chest activities, I did dumbbell-related chest activities. And I remember John commenting on it and saying, actually, I saw John made a YouTube comment, but I wasn't able to read it yet. But I remember John sending me a Discord message about he was impressed by my depth. On that note, I hate the spelling of the word depth, because like it's D-E-P-T-H, so it should be pronounced like depth. But like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like that. Like, it's hard to pronounce for me personally. Could it be the easiest word for other people? Yeah, of course. But for me personally, I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fan of saying depth. I feel like I'm always spinning whenever I do that too. Maybe you can even see it on the video recording, which is kind of gross, but oh well, oopsies, hee hee. But again, today's aiming up to be another beautiful day, actually. It has been very cold. It's actually a lot warmer now. It's 50 degrees, which is actually pretty warm. And I know like some people in warmer climates might be thinking, Andy, 50 degrees, what are you talking about? Are you insane? That is freezing. But I was outside, and usually every time I work out with Alex or Slink, the pal and the friend in the video, we always do a post-workout talk where we kind of just hang out in the parking lot a little bit and just talk about whatever it is. And today's topic was okay, I guess this started in the gym, but this is going to be a very specific thing to ask about. But we were talking about, this guy's gas cap is open. Hopefully I can tell him later on, or maybe I might forget, who knows. But we were talking about these horse toys. Like, it's literally a toy, and I think the legs were made of like plastic beads, and it's a toy, right? It's a horse made out of plastic, and then there's a little string on it, and when you pull the string, the horse would like collapse, like ragdoll effect down. And then we were just joking about that, and I remember just why, like, you might be thinking, oh, why is that the memory that you have right now? Just because that's such a weird, like, obscure memory of a toy that I have. And then right when he mentioned it, it's like, it was so clear all of a sudden. I was like, I do remember those toys. Because the moment he first said horse toy, I was like, what does that mean? What horse toy? What is a horse toy? Like a toy that looks like a horse? Or, like the little like broomstick handles with the horse head at the end, and people pretend to like riding a horse, like something like that. But then no, he's like, no, when you pull the string and then they just collapse. And I was like, processing, thinking. And then all of a sudden my brain was like, ding, ding, ding. I've got an answer. I've got an image. I Google image searched my mind, and I was actually able to find it. And then I just realized how funny those toys were. And then the thing too, the reason we're talking about this, like, I think we started talking about stunt people, like stunt crews, and then wondering how much stunt people get paid. Because imagine you doing a job. I imagine you really have to be passionate about stunts to be a stunt man, because I don't know if I have the mental power or even the physical body to be able to just fall off a building. And I know there are safety precautions to make sure you don't get hurt, but I feel like it's inevitable that you get hurt, and it's just how to prevent getting hurt more. Like, instead of breaking a rib, maybe you bruise a rib, which apparently is still a very excruciating thing. But thinking about like that I'm gonna get paid to get hurt doesn't sit well with me. So I'm thinking, like, I hope stunt people get paid a lot, because that seems like a very taxing job. And if they don't get paid a lot, then I'm kind of sad, because what if I watch a movie and I go, wow, the stunts in this movie were amazing, and then I realize like none of those stunt people actually got paid that much, and they're just living paycheck to paycheck and they're struggling. Well, I mean, I can't just say that, because we live in a gosh darn society where money is a little bit hard. Like, there's always the statistics that people are living with their parents a lot more than they did before, because the housing market is gosh darn expensive. I've been saying gosh darn a little bit too much the past minute. Maybe I gotta stop. Maybe I gotta say it more. Who knows? But it's also coming to the terms that, like, there's the entire notion that, like, I don't want to call them foreigners, like outside non-American cultures, like, non-white cultures. And I don't think it's even just like a white, like a Caucasian thing, because I think even some European countries, they have a lot of, like, there's this social stigma that a lot of people live with their parents until they're way older, compared to like the US, where a lot of people, they turn 18 and they go, sayonara, I'm leaving this BZ, Actually, I don't know why I said that. Why am I extra cringe today, actually? I did notice today, like, I woke up today really happy, but I also felt like this weird notion that I was going to be really cringy and awkward today. And it kind of already happened. Again, like, because I'm still thinking about the thing. It's like, I still can't remember what photo I was supposed to send. Like, I promised to send the photo, and there was even, like, a joke, you know, associated with me sending the photo. But I don't remember what that photo is. Like, was I going to send a photo of food? Was it, like, an item? Was it, like, what could it be? I don't know. And I'm hoping that I have that Jimmy Neutron brain blast moment in, like, a while where I go, whoa, I remember it now. Or it's like Neo from The Matrix going, I know Kung Fu. What? You know, again, I'm going to state that again. I feel extra cringy today. And could I say, oh, why am I so cringy today? But, you know, I think I'm just going to accept it. This is me being me. And sometimes if I acknowledge that I am cringy and weird, I'm just going to have to accept it. I am a weird little guy. Emphasis on little. Because why do you think I go to the gym? So I could be a big guy. I've seen so many like gym social media posts where they're like, when you finally get called a big guy at the gym, and it shows like people being extremely happy. I haven't been called a big guy yet, actually. I haven't. And that doesn't mean that I'm like asking for attention where people like, I want you guys and me. I say you guys, but then also it's pertaining to me also, because I'm going to watch this video back and I go, wow, do I want to call myself big guy? But again, I haven't been called a big guy yet, where I'm hoping it happens. Maybe not this year, maybe not even next year. But I hope to keep this consistent enough as possible that I hear the ever elusive, hey, looking big, you look big, guy looking big, yeah. And then I go, thank you. You see what I mean? I don't know why I'm extra like cringy and awkward today. Like, did I wake up on the awkward side of the pillow today? Did I wake up on the cringe side of the pillow? I don't know. Because some days I wake up and I feel extra charismatic. I feel extra like I could talk to anybody and woo them. I could talk to anybody and they think I'm impressive, mysterious, and cool. But then some days I wake up and I go, I don't think I can like finish any sentence with any living human being. I can't even finish my own sentences talking to myself right now, which is a feat in its own way. Also, one thing that's really bugging me, it's 2:45 right now, 2:45 p.m., not a.m., right? And I think the sun is setting right now already. If I'm looking back, the sun is definitely setting, which is kind of waning on me a little bit mentally, if I'm being honest, because I think, oh man, I'm losing sunshine. How late is it? But then I look, it's not even 3 yet, so a little bit odd indeed. But I'm thinking, what do I got planned for tomorrow? Tomorrow is Saturday, November 18th, Saturday, 2023. There's a hooligan amount of children walking towards my neighborhood right now, so I hope they don't harass me. They have the exaggerated swagger of middle school children. There's also this really loud car with a really funny sounding exhaust keeps going in front of me, and he smells like gas, and I don't like that. I don't like that one bit, if I'm being honest. I do not like that one bit, good sir. But again, tomorrow we got arms, but I need a... This sounds like a really silly reason. I'm kind of thinking, like, should I take a rest day? But I already feel like I took too many rest days this week. Where, oh, that's another thing I need to talk about. I felt really weak in the gym today, especially, like, looking at the previous numbers I put out last back day, right? Because last Friday I had another back day with Alex, with Slink. But now today, there were a lot of exercises where it's the same weight, but I wasn't able to do the same amount of reps. So, next topic at hand is the importance of, you know, taking care of yourself outside the gym too. Wednesday, I only ate one meal because I was lazy and I didn't really feel like eating that much. And on Thursday too, I did eat 3 meals, but I don't think I got enough of my macros and my protein in. And I felt that today. Could I be completely placeboing myself and maybe there's a completely different reason why I felt weaker today? Of course, that too. But even recording these videos and kind of making sure I keep track of things along the way kind of gives me like a little crumb of evidence where I think this could be the reason why I felt weaker today. Could I be completely wrong? Yes, I always say it. I could be completely wrong. But with the help of a little bit of evidence, a little bit of detective work, I can kind of whittle down and at least say, I think my lack of food intake has led me to be weaker today. So what will I do? It's back to being consistent. Does that mean I'm going to hate myself if I'm less consistent some days? No. I know that it's, you know, kind of inevitable, and sometimes you have to accept that. Life throws some curveballs at you, and sometimes you yourself, you are the curveball. But I'm not gonna let me get that